Mike Bond of USA Today Sports and MMA Junkie here in Manchester at UFC 204 Media Day, standing next to Gegard Mousasi, who fights Vitor Belfort in the co-main event on Saturday night. And Gegard, you talked a little bit about it yesterday, but I feel like you weren't giving us the whole answer. You've wanted this fight for a very long time, and you've kind of said things about Vitor, his history, in the sport. Is the reason you want to fight him just because of his accomplishments, or is it maybe something a little more personal to do with drug testing, all these kind of things?
No, not at all. I like Vitor Belfort. I even trained with him before. And
when was that?
When Affliction didn't go through, we trained together. And he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. I got nothing against him. It's just a fight. It's a fight that fans like. They always ask me, who you want to fight? I said Vitor, Michael Bisping, Anderson. So after this, they asked me, who you want to fight now? I said Uriah Hall, Anderson. So it's always, his name was always, I mentioned his name always because that's a fight that's an exciting fight. If I say I want to fight somebody that doesn't make sense, it's not the same.
Yeah, and when we spoke, I believe it was in Rotterdam, prior to UFC 200, you were still scheduled to face Derek Brunson at the time, and you said these things. You want an Anderson, a Vitor, a Bisping, someone like that, but you said, for some reason, I don't think I'm getting these fights, and they're not going to give them to me. Why do you think now is the time that you are getting this opportunity?
Well, it's because Vitor is not fighting for the belt anymore. He's coming off. He lost for the belt, and he lost also against Jacare. So it's a match that he needs to take. He cannot fight somebody who's going for the title. So I'm just below that. So it's a fight that makes sense for him, and for me, always Vitor makes sense because he's a big name.
But you said it gets you nowhere.
No, it's not gonna get me nowhere. It's just gonna after this another fight. But then if some other fighter wins, maybe he's on the line, and then I have to fight again. It just, it's circumstances. You need a lot of good circumstances, luck, and of course accomplishment to fight for the belt. So you need a lot of factors. Just timing. Let's say the middle division is now very tough. Everything, it's just a whole scenario. Things have to go right before you can fight for the belt.
When did you it seems like you're a lot more aware. Everything you're saying I feel is perfectly justifiable and accurate. When did you kind of take the step back and be able to realize all this? Because I feel like earlier in your career, like if I just win all my fights and I'm going to get to where I need to be. And now you're realizing I feel it takes a lot more than that to get to exactly where you want to be.
Well, because I was stupid. I came off ACL surgery and I had torn my ACL. And even though I had torn my ACL, my knee was popping out. So I had to stretch it to pop it in. And I was supposed to fight Gustafsson in Sweden after that injury. After that, I got I got operation. What I do after 1 year layoff, I go fight Machida, who cheated, and fight him in Brazil. That's just stupidity. It's just taking the fights at the right time, at the right circumstances. It's not like UFC will call you anytime, come fight. But you have to be smart now. I'm not a little bit smarter. I'm not doing anything. I don't need to fight for money anymore. I'm fighting and I'm smarter now. That's you know how the boxers work. They keep him. They bring them up, and that's you have to be smart. It's not just fighting. It's stupid to think just fight and everything will work out.
Do you think you are respected for what you've done in the sport? Maybe it's from the UFC, by fans, everything. You're going for your 40th win here on Saturday night. Do you feel like you are getting what you deserve for everything you put into the sport?
No, but I feel like I've always been underrated. So still, let's say beat Vitor Belfort and then still going to be underrated, maybe a little bit less. Yeah.
Okay, and to go off what you said earlier, you trained with Vitor in the past. Is the way that training went, I know stuff stays in the training room, but does that give you more or less confidence than if you hadn't trained with him, kind of having felt him in a situation like that before?
Well, I've trained with him. I never mentioned I never gonna mention how the training go, but let's say I'm confident.
Okay, perfect. And it seems like you have a plan going forward after this. We'll hear what you want next after this on Saturday night.
Well, I want to fight as soon as possible. Fight Anderson Silva or Uriah Hall rematch. Because the other guys are booked, but I want to fight before the end year close. So we have to see. I have to win first.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for the time,
No
Gegard.
problem.